What will happen when a man is driving on dangerous snowy roads and sees something strange in the snowy forest? He calls the police right away. But what did he see? Did he call the police because there was danger, or was it something he couldn't handle alone? Let's find out in the story. Hey everyone, welcome to The Wild Earth Stories, where we share unbelievable animal stories. We explore the unpredictable bonds that go beyond imagination. If you're an animal lover, don't wait any longer. Subscribe now, because this channel is a paradise for you. So let's start the story. A mysterious encounter in the snow. In a snowy town, a person named Charlie was driving carefully on the icy roads. The streets were empty and covered in snow. Suddenly, Charlie noticed something odd in the bushes. At first, Charlie thought it might be an animal, but considering how cold it was outside, they thought someone might need help. They parked their car and approached the bushes. To their surprise, they found a lonely dog sitting there. At first, Charlie wanted to take the dog with him because it was so cold outside, but when he approached the dog, it became aggressive and didn't want Charlie to get close. So, Charlie decided to take a blanket from their car and gave it to the dog, along with some food. They hoped these things would help the dog stay warm on this snowy night. Unveiling the dog's secret. But fate had another surprise for this snowy scene. On the second night, when Charlie went to check on the dog and bring it some food, he saw something shocking. Underneath the dog's fur, he could barely see a child's head. He panicked when he realized how serious the situation was. Quickly, he called for emergency help to come to the scene. Many people and animal rescue teams hurried to the snowy roadside. They tried their best to help, but the dog refused to budge. It stayed there, quietly watching over the sick child. It was a touching moment, demonstrating the loyalty that dogs can have toward people. After much effort and careful handling, the rescuers were able to separate the dog from the child. They discovered the true extent of the dog's sacrifice. Underneath its fur, they found a boy, his weak body suffering from the cold. But because of the dog's warmth, he was still alive, though barely hanging on. But Charlie wondered why he hadn't seen the child when he gave the blanket and food to the dog on the previous day. Perhaps it was too dark to see the boy under the dog. The boy went to a nearby hospital and doctors helped him get better, even though he was very cold. It seemed like a miracle that he recovered after almost dying. He stayed strong, even after all he went through. But the authorities were surprised. They wondered why the boy was with the dog in the snowy season and where his parents were. When the investigation began, the police were surprised to learn that the boy had disappeared from his home 3 days earlier. His absence was linked to constant arguing between his parents, which led him to leave. He went into the dense woods seeking peace but became unconscious due to the extreme cold. Fortunately, a dog found him and provided warmth and comfort. In the quiet wilderness, a strong bond formed between them, bringing solace and understanding. When the police found the boy's parents, they were surprised to find out that they hadn't told anyone he was missing. This was troubling because it made them look like they weren't taking care of him properly. But despite the confusion and legal stuff, something good happened for the boy. The authorities took him to a child care centre where he could be safe and happy. He got to stay with people who cared about him and made him feel loved. But the story didn't finish yet. Charlie's compassionate decision. When Charlie found out about this, he felt really sorry for them. He decided to adopt the boy who had been through so much trouble. But Charlie didn't just stop there. Because he cared so much, he also decided to take in the dog who had been with the boy all along. Charlie welcomed both the boy and the dog into his home with open arms. They became like a family, sticking together no matter what happened, because they all cared for each other deeply. That's all for today. Now, It's your turn to share your thoughts about this story. What's the next story you'd like to know? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of these amazing videos on the wild earth.